What to text after a first date, and what to avoid, because what you say next isn't just about strategy, it's about self-respect. There's a silence after a first date that feels louder than it should. You've just shared space with someone new. Maybe there were laughs, long glances, even a little electricity. And now, the phone just sits there, quiet. And you wonder, should I text first? What do I say without sounding desperate? Do they even feel the same? This moment, post-first date limbo, is where a lot of people start to overthink. And it's not because we're clingy or impatient. It's because most of us are searching for certainty in a situation that depends on courage. Let's break it down. Gently, honestly. Let's talk about what to text after a first date, and what not to send if you want to stay connected to your truth. The first message. It's not about being cool. We often treat texting after a first date like a performance. Wait 3 hours. Be witty. Don't seem too eager. But here's the thing. People don't fall for perfection. They fall for presence. If you genuinely enjoyed your time, say it. Not in a way that hands over your power. Not in a way that begs for validation, but in a way that simply honors what was real. A simple, "Hey, I had a great time tonight. Thanks for the laughs and good energy. Hope you got home safe," is enough. It's kind, it's confident, and most of all, it's honest. Because when you send a message like that, you're not chasing, you're choosing to show up in alignment with who you are. What would it feel like to stop editing your truth for someone else's attention? Let's talk about that in the comments. What to avoid. Anxiety texting. There's a certain kind of message that doesn't come from the heart. It comes from fear. It sounds like, "Hey, did I say something weird? You're probably busy, LOL, but just wanted to check in again. You okay? Haven't heard from you." This isn't texting. This is self-abandonment disguised as communication. When you send a message from anxiety, you're trying to manage someone else's response so you can feel safe. But the truth is, no text will make the wrong person stay. And the right person won't need you to twist yourself just to keep their attention. This is where we grow. This is where we wait, not out of passivity, but out of self-respect. Have you ever texted something just to ease the silence and regretted it later? Share your story below. Someone else might need to hear it. Psychology. Behind the silence. If they don't text you after a first date, it can feel like rejection. But often, silence has nothing to do with you. Sometimes people are emotionally unavailable. Sometimes they're not ready, even if they liked you. And sometimes, they just weren't feeling it. And that's okay too. Because the silence is clarity. If someone doesn't follow up, you don't need to decode it. You just need to remember, their lack of effort doesn't make you any less valuable. This is where maturity shows up, not in what you send, but in what you don't chase. Comment, "It ends with me" if you're done over giving to people who can't meet you. Text with intention, not attachment. Before you hit send, ask yourself, am I texting to express or to control? A message rooted in expression is free of expectation. It's about sharing, not strategizing. That's power. That's peace. So go ahead, send the message if it's true to you. But don't send it hoping it'll earn you a response, a label, or a second date. Because the only love worth keeping is the kind you don't have to beg for. If this hit you in a personal way, I'd love to know how. Final thoughts. Lead with you. The real question after a first date isn't just, what should I text? It's, can I hold my worth, even while things are uncertain? Because dating isn't just about finding the right person. It's about staying connected to who you are. So when the right person shows up, you don't lose yourself trying to keep them. Text with truth. Text with grace. Text like someone who already knows they're enough. Because you are. What part of this resonates the most with you? Drop it below. Someone else may need your voice today.